Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a streaming freedom video bulletin. It cannot be stopped, and it is the only free voice left on the net. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's Skyrim mod showcase on the PS4, we're trying making showcases in it sometime. We're going to be taking a look at a leather armor that's been ported to PlayStation by Mod Author AngeloJr2000 called BRETONIC Leather Armor. This is a armor variant that can be worn by both male and female characters. It will look the same on both and comes in two varieties, a very skimpy variant as well as a more covered up variant. This being available for both PS4 and PS5. Probably figure which variant I'm interested in seeing on Lydia and Ferwin, which is two of the characters I'll be showcasing the armor today. However, I will be showcasing what the armor looks like on a male character as well, for those that are interested. Also, please note that the video most likely will have record errors in it. I don't know they occur until I go back to check this in editing, but if they are there, I do apologize. Nothing I can do about that. With that said, let's see how fine today's showcased mod. So there's currently two versions of this mod that can be found in the latest category. One is for the PS4 version of Skyrim, and the other is for the PS5 version of Skyrim. So please make certain to pick the version of the mod that matches your game version in order for the armor to display the textures properly. Depending on when you see this video, you can also find this mod by bringing up your search function with L1 and then typing in BRETONIC Leather to the search bar. That should get both versions of the mod to come right up. Name of the armor is BRETONIC Leather Armor PS4. This mod was ported to PlayStation by Mod Author AngeloJr2000 with original credit going to Mod Author GolinskiPRH. Probably did not pronounce that correctly, I apologize if that's the case. The mod description in part reads, another mashup, Breton-ish aristocratical leather armor for men and women. Comes in two variants with a CBBE 3BA and HIMBO body sliders available, this time using assets from both Skyrim and The Witcher 3. Both variants can be crafted in a forge from the get-go, as they don't require any perks. The full version has a bit more stats than the skimpy, barbarical version. You can see a list of the credits here. Please, as always, make certain to read the mod description in its entirety before choosing to download and install this or any other mod. So, with the mod downloaded and enabled, you want to make your way to any blacksmith forge. Also, if you happen to be using the mod Separated Vanilla Crafting menu by Mod Author Cyan49, make certain to pick the right hand side option at the forge to access the modded content. Once in the forge, scroll over to the leather category, and you'll find the items by the mod have been added right here. That includes the BRETONIC Leather Boots, BRETONIC Leather Cuirass, no idea if I'm saying that correctly, probably not. BRETONIC Leather Cuirass Trimmed, this is the skimpy variant of the armor. And then finally, BRETONIC Leather Gauntlets. So, I'm going to go ahead and craft several of these. Remember, it does not have any perks that are required to craft it. However, of course, there are requirements to craft the actual pieces to the armor itself that you can see here on the right hand side. So, I'm going to go ahead and get my followers outfitted with it, and we'll see what they look like in the armor. Don't know where you two think you're sneaking off to. Get back here and put this on. I cannot begin to tell you how frustrating it is trying to get these three to stand still close together long enough to showcase the armor for you, because even though I have a ring active that tells them to stay where I place them, they're ignoring it and just doing whatever the hell they want anyways. So now, for the 20th time, here is what the armor looks like on them. Absolutely breathtaking on both Lydia and Ferwin. This is consisting of the trimmed variant of the main chest piece and then the gauntlets and boots. And the gauntlets and boots will remain the same. The only different variant to this is the chest piece itself. Now, something to point out is that this armor is meant for a CBBE body for female characters. However, it's currently being worn on UMP bodies. Ferwin has a pre-built UMP body, and Lydia via one of a mod. So there is noticeable tearing that you can see on both sides of the hips here. Not as noticeable as with some armor mods when the body and armor don't match, but still something to point out. Also, there's this odd shadow effect on Lydia's chest. It's not as noticeable with her skin tone, but very noticeable when you take a look at Ferwin and her skin tone. I don't know why it's doing this. It might be because I don't have a physics mod or something, perhaps, that was required for this originally that we don't have access to on PlayStation. And there she goes again. But in any case, the tearing also is more noticeable on Ferwin, I would say, because of her skin tone. Still, she looks absolutely stunning in this, as does Lydia. Now, in the case of the male character, this is... Lydia, you're in the way. Not that I'm complaining. This is what the armor looks like on the male character, who I now have to chase down. I'm really getting tired of having to chase you guys all over the place. So, this is what the armor looks like on the male character. As you can see, there is no tearing at all on him. I do not have any body mods currently active on him, so I don't know why that is, but no tearing at all. Here on the back, it looks perfectly fine as well. You can see he's got like kind of like a pouch on his belt there. Here is what the back looks like on Ferwin, but her hair is pretty much covering it. And then here is what it looks like on Lydia. And I must say, I really do appreciate that this armor looks the same on both male and female when they wear it, because often you'll see with these variants that it will look different for females and stuff, but I really appreciate that it does look this way on the female characters as well. So, now, after what probably be another 2 hours of fighting with getting them in the same place, let's take a look at the fully clothed variant of the armor. Well, you know what would be a big help is if you and the other two would stay where I put you, so I can showcase the armor for our viewers. Back with you guys a little later on. Now please don't move. Okay, so here is what the other variant of the armor looks like. Now, the gauntlets and boots, of course, remain the same. The only difference is the chest piece itself, which this one has, I think it had better protection stats, being as, of course, there is more of it here. And again, even though on the female characters, this is a CBBE armor being worn on UMP body, because it's more covering them, then there is no noticeable tearing on, like, the hips or anything, because, of course, it's covering that. As well, no odd shadows here on Ferwin, which, while Lydia did have them a little bit too, but in any case. And then here is what it looks like on Voldemort. Now please note that the weapons they have are not a part of the showcased mod. I just didn't feel like having to take it from them. I'm having enough trouble getting them to cooperate with me, but in any case, very nice looking armor. I really like the detail on it. Obviously for Lydia and Ferwin I prefer the skimpy variant on them, but still, this is a very nice armor for those that would want their characters to be more covered up. In any case, that's going to do it for the showcase. Thank goodness, because I'm getting tired of chasing you three around. If you're interested in the mod, download it, give it a try. Thank you to the mod author that ported this mod to PlayStation. Thank you to the original mod author that created it. And thank you guys for taking the time to watch this showcase. Take care. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin via the Eyes Only Informant Net. Peace out.